Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, guys, I'm gonna be giving my thoughts on the upcoming season one finale of MobLand. Now, we did not get a promo trailer. However, we did get some promo photos. I believe it's around 5 or 6 photos with several characters that may possibly show what is going to happen to our characters in the season one finale and to what's to come, because there is a season two coming. I think season two is the last season. They're only doing this for 2 seasons, which makes sense. They got a lot of A level, A list celebrities, and so those guys are doing other things. Like, matter of fact, I just saw a promo for a show that Pierce Brosnan and Helen Mirren are doing for Netflix. So a lot of these actors on this show are busy, so I can see this is something that's not going to be going on for 5 or 6 years. But anyway, the photos I'm going to be going over and give my thoughts on, like I said, the potential for the characters and where they may end up and what we may be getting in the finale. So with that being said, my good people, let's waste no more time and let's go ahead and let's get into these photos. All right, so the first photo I want to talk about, this photo has Serafina in it, and we see Serafina in Conrad's office sitting in his chair, aka the throne. So she's sitting on there, and you know what? I must say it looks good on her. It looks good on her, sitting in that position. Looking closely at the picture, it really looks like she's really pondering the situation at hand. This, I'm assuming this is probably taken right after Maeve and Conrad have gotten bagged up and they're getting taken away by the authorities. And so, of course, the house is going to be in a mad scramble and people are going to start figuring out what's the next move. What do we do here? And so I think that's what she's doing there. And I think she's Conrad's most trusted out of all of his children. I think she's the most trusted. And I think she's proven herself to be an astute businesswoman. And I think she just gets it. Like, we've seen her in scenes having to negotiate and deal with people of the underworld, like, her dealing with Jaime, even though that didn't go anywhere, but it just showed that, she's not somebody who goes off of emotion. And I think Maeve kind of understands that, because she has the potential to be what Maeve could never be. Like, Maeve, if she ever had a chance to rule, it's always going to be by proxy. And that's why I think she's so attached to the hip with Eddie, because if she was to get Eddie to where he needs to be, she could basically be, the one in charge, but not the one in charge, if you get what I'm saying. She could be like the Lady Macbeth, whispering into the ears of the person who's running the show. But Maeve, I think Serafina, might have a chance because, like I said, she's Conrad's most trusted. And I think she could be the one potentially sitting on top. And then what would make the alliance even tighter is if she got Harry somehow to stick around and work with her. I'm just saying, will it happen? I don't know. I've seen some people complain because I did share this on the Facebook public group. I recommend you check it out. It's called MobLand, the MobLand discussion group. And I posted some of these photos, and I had someone say that it would be a disappointment for her to end up on the throne and the top spot, because they feel it would be some kind of woke, kind of girl boss kind of moment. And I can see how people could feel that way, because that's how it's been a lot of the times. But I think this character, Serafina, has earned that and proven that she could possibly do it, have the potential to do it. And so those are kind of like my thoughts as far as this picture with Serafina. We'll move on from Serafina and we'll go ahead and go over here with Eddie, everybody's favorite. No, I'm just playing. Most people cannot stand this guy, but I feel in the last episode, they really tried to humanize this guy by, his history being revealed to him. And I think the way they humanize it, you see the scene where he's talking to the dog and, he's asking who has the better life, him or the dog, because he's starting to feel, man, my life was a lie. Like, everything, all my existence was a lie. And so where do you go from here? And so if you noticed him in the episode, his emotions, they weren't feeling good. And then we see this picture here with him talking to Bella, and it looks pretty damn intense. You know what I'm saying? It looks pretty damn intense. And it's got to be Bella explaining the whole backstory, his backstory and her backstory. And she'll probably be crying crocodile tears, explaining I had no choice and I did it all for you, this or that and the other. And so it's definitely going to leave him feeling a certain way. And it's going to be, I think their relationship will be like it didn't appear he had any kind of good relationship with either one of his parents. But I think, well, his dad, brother, and his mother. But I think this fracture it will be permanent. I think he'll never look at Bella ever the same way again, and I think it will have far-reaching implications. And then we get to the picture with Eddie and Maeve, and I think he confronts Maeve in this one because he's gonna ask her like, "Oh, you cared about me, and you knew this whole time. You knew the truth all along, and you did not tell me that Conrad was really my father." So I think you're gonna have a little bit of that, but I also think Maeve, the master manipulator, she's gonna find a way, and like I said, only God knows what kind of gaslighting Maeve is going to use during that scene. I could just see it. Her doing the whole, I wanted to tell you, but you know how Conrad was. And I had no choice. Similar to Bella, I had no choice. But like I said, I think he'll see through that and see the truth. And I think it's going to come down to her basically. Like I said, she's going to manipulate him, and I think she's going to tell him like, "Hey, you got to take Serafina out, and you have to take Eddie out. You need to take your rightful place." And so it's going to be interesting to see how Eddie deals with all that. Because like I said, I really felt they tried to humanize him in the last episode. And I think this episode, the finale, they will try to build on, humanizing him. But I just think he's a character that a lot of people have made their choice that they don't like this guy. And there's nothing they're going to do to redeem him. So yeah, that's how I feel about these couple of pictures with Eddie, man. I'll tell you, it's like everybody hates Chris, everybody hates Eddie. So in the next photo here, we got everybody's favorite. We got Harry. He's either coming or going. In this photo, he could be going to like, he's been sent on an assignment. I need you to take this person out. Or he's coming back from the assignment like, yeah, who else you got me? Who else you want me to take care of? But I think I could be mistaken, but this, like I said, this picture could be linked up with Serafina's picture, because this looks like this might be the doorway into Conrad's office. So I'm not too sure. It could be him going into Conrad's office at just a different time, and Serafina's not even in there, or somebody else is in there. Who knows? But it's Harry. It's Harry. And then we also have Harry and Jan. God knows what they're talking about, but it's probably definitely discussing the Alice situation and about getting her and Gina the hell out of there, because Harry knows what's coming next. So I think this is a moment where they're trying to figure out their next move. And the big thing is, do you think their marriage is going to hold up after this season? Because I really think Harry, I've said this many times, and it's not nothing out of the ordinary, but I think Harry's going to have to decide which one of his families does he serve, because he has to be loyal to the Harrigans, he's loyal to the Harrigans, he's loyal to his family, and now he's at the mercy of Kat McAllister, who he owes not one but two favors to. And so it's going to be interesting to see what these favors are, because she's going to probably want him out of the Harrigan business, and she's probably going to just want the Harrigans to crumble. So it's a lot going on. Like I said, he's going to have to make a decision. I think at the end of the day, he's going to make the decision that works in the favor of protecting Jan and Gina. But the question is will Jan stick around? Because it was brought up earlier, about 3 or 4 episodes ago, that Gina's telling her mom, she's bringing up the mention that this isn't the life you wanted. We can leave, we can leave and go. And she's like, Gina flat out tell, like, you want to leave, don't you? And she didn't answer, but she answered, if you know what I mean. So it's definitely definitely going to be very interesting to see where they hold up going into like season 2. If this is Jan's sign to just get the hell out and just she's about Gina and she loves Harry, but it just seems like Harry doesn't love her the way she loves him. Like I think his situation with her is it's a duty thing. Like he got her pregnant, they had a kid together, and he's just trying to keep this family together. But it's a sense of duty why he's kind of with Jan, and I think she understands that. Um, and so this last photo we have is of the family attorney. I can't think of her name right now, but if you remember, at the end of episode 9, or towards the end of episode 9, Harry called her on the phone and summons her to meet with him. And so a lot of people think she is the rat. She is the one that has been talking with the police. I'm not too certain on that. I think it looks too obvious for it to be her. Um, but could it be? Yes, it could be. Very well possibility it could be. And maybe she is somebody who doesn't make it to season 2 once it's revealed that she is the rat, because it's itching, it's leaning towards it being her, because Freddie revealed who the rat was and he threw him off a building, and all of a sudden Harry's interested in having a meetup with this lawyer. So this is going to be interesting, her fate. I mean, she might be high on the death list. I mean, who knows? But so yeah, those are just my quick thoughts over some of these photographs, because we did not get a promo trailer, but these are my thoughts going into the finale. I've seen episode 9, the previous episode. A lot of people gave it kind of mixed about it. Like there were a lot of people that felt disappointed by it. I thought it was cool, but I hope the finale ramps things up and doesn't leave us on a cliffhanger like at every all these other episodes. Man, they hit you with a hard cliffhanger, but I hope they leave us with, going into the second season. But I hope some of the questions that we need answered from season 1 get answered. Like we need to we need to know who this damn rat is. I hope they do not take this into the next season. Also interesting, we didn't get any promo photos of Conrad or Kevin. So it'll be interesting to see, and Richie. So it'll be interesting to see, or Alice. Keep right as I'm talking, I keep thinking of more people. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with those folks. But guys, if it's for 1 minute, 5 minutes of the whole damn video, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to view my content. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe, smash the like, and get in the comments and tell me what you think. What are your theories for the finale? And yeah, that's all I got. So it's your boy Pete signing out. I'm out.